Hey guys, PMHK here obviously. So Apple event took place last night. That was the event they announced the iPhone 13. And if you kind of missed the event as well as my live stream, and thank you for everybody that was actually part of that live stream, we're gonna be doing a little recap in this video, as well as I'm gonna try and help you guys to maybe choose on which iPhone 13 you should be actually going for. So yesterday's event, Apple started by announcing the original iPad, which is now packing the A13 chipset. The previous one had the A12, but now they're putting the A13 chipset, which is gonna basically make it much faster, still starting at 64 gig, which is something that I think they should have actually also changed. They also announced that they're introducing the center stage Face ID camera, or the center stage front facing camera, which basically the one that will allow you to actually have multiple people in the camera, and the camera actually also adjusts depending on how the people are positioning the camera and depending on how you move around, which is actually good for those FaceTime calls, maybe if you're in the kitchen or places where you're actually walking around and you can really have your iPad or your phone right in front of you while you hold it. The iPad mini 6 was also announced on this event, or the iPad mini 2021, which actually looks exactly like this iPad that I have here, but on the form factor of an iPad mini. So the size is as small as an old iPad mini, but it basically looks like this guy over here. Now the iPad mini will come in 4 colors. It will come in space gray, pink, purple, and the Starlight, and it's going to come in 2 sizes, 64 gig and 256 gigs of storage. It's also going to come with the A15 Bionic chipset, which is going to make the iPad mini really fast. It will also support 5G, which is actually something that I don't use on the iPads. I normally only buy the Wi-Fi only version iPad because it's on the cheaper side, and I really don't use an iPad outside my home. And also, like the iPad Air 4 and iPad Pro, you're gonna be able to use your Apple Pencil 2nd generation with this iPad. And like the iPad Air 4, it comes with a Touch ID on the power button, which is actually a pretty good add-on, I must say. Now, will I be getting an iPad mini? No, I already have the iPad Air 4. Getting an iPad mini would actually really not make sense in my case. Apple also announced a new Apple Watch Series 7, which comes with a bigger display than the Series. I'm looking at my wrist like I have the watch. A bigger display than the Series 6, Series 5, and Series 4. It also comes with a faster charging, which actually they say that the connector is going to be using USB-C, and it will be charging 33% faster than the older Apple Watch. As much as it's going to be charging faster, the battery still remains the same, and they also changed the display, making it more durable than the display from the predecessors. Last but not least, the iPhone 13 was announced. iPhone 13, 13 mini, iPhone 13 Pro, and iPhone 13 Pro Max, which they will all come with an A15 Bionic, which should make it much faster than the iPhone 12, obviously. The iPhone 13 and 13 mini will come in 5 colors. They now have the new pink color. They have the blue, just like the blue that I have there. They have a midnight color, which is a sort of a dark or navy blue, and you're still getting the product red and the silver white color. And other than the fact that they switched the camera orientation around, the only way you're going to tell that it's a new iPhone, it's either by recognizing the pink colorway or that midnight. I'm not sure if this midnight was also available on the iPhone 12. You guys can let me know down in a comment, and I'm also going to check after this video. And even the Starlight is actually also a new color, so it's not silver anymore. It's Starlight. I'm only noticing this now. And this Starlight color is also available on the iPad mini as well as on the Apple Watch. And one other major upgrade is that the iPhone 13 and 13 mini are now also starting at 128 gigs, just like the Pro versions of the iPhone did last year. Obviously, like Apple always does, there's also been improvement on the camera side of things on the iPad 13 and 13 mini, such as the improvement in low light pictures and others. Now for the main announcement, the iPhone 13 Pro. Now the iPhone 13 Pro will come in 4 colors. You'll have the new Sierra Blue, which is like a dye version of the past blue colorway. It's also going to come in silver, gold, and graphite. Now, there are many other features announced regarding the iPhone 13 Pro, but 4 features that actually stood out for me are the cinematic mode, which is actually the mode where you can switch the focal length when you're recording video, which is actually cool for people that actually shoot videos with their iPhone, which is actually something that I hardly do, actually, also because of space. I don't have enough space to be shooting major video production on my phone. The other major one, which is actually one of the main one that I actually like about the iPhone 13 Pro, is ProMotion. Now, ProMotion is the variable refresh rate, which is going to be changing to up to 120 hertz. Now, it's variable because depending on what you're doing on a phone, the refresh rate is going to vary between, I think, 10 hertz to 120 hertz, which is actually something good because Android phones have been able to do that for ages now. So I'm just glad that Apple caught up to the competition. The other two is a better battery life. You get up to 2.5 hours usage increase on the iPhone 13 Pro line, which I actually wish Apple would actually start giving us the actual milliamp hours increase in terms of battery, which is something that actually they still don't do. And last but not least is the 1 terabyte on the iPhone 13 Pro. So now the iPhone 13 line of phones are going to be coming to up to 1 terabyte. Now, 1 terabyte is going to be mostly handy for people that, as I mentioned, shoot big videos on their phone. And one thing that actually you need to remember, if you somebody who wants to be shooting ProRes at 4K 30, the 128 gig iPhone 13 models will not be able to shoot at that quality. Now, to answer which iPhone 13 you should get, I'm really going to make it simple. At least this is how I'm going to be coming at it from. If you're using anything other than the iPhone 12 and thinking of getting an iPhone 13, you can get any of the iPhone 13s. It's fine as long as your pocket can allow. You should get any. Now, if you are on maybe on a budget, I'd say get the iPhone 13 mini because it does basically the same thing that all the iPhones will do, except obviously those Pro features on the iPhone 13 Pro. And if you're coming from the iPhone 12 or iPhone 12 mini, it would only make sense that you would upgrade to an iPhone 13 Pro, which is actually my case. Going to an iPhone 13 mini would actually not make sense because it would basically be the same as that one, apart from the colors and the change in lens. And if you're also coming from an iPhone 12 Pro or Pro Max, I'd say you should actually hold on for the next iPhone, because unless ProMotion is actually a feature that you have been waiting for a very long time, then the iPhone 13 Pro is basically similar to the iPhone 12. Because as a normal consumer, how often do you really actually record from your iPhone? You're actually not somebody who shoots ProRes movies on your iPhone and then publish it. So I'd say if you're coming from an iPhone 12 Pro, just stay with your iPhone 12 Pro and wait for the iPhone 14 next year. Alright, so let me know down in the comments which iPhone you will be getting and if you're actually going to be taking my advice. Hopefully you will. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you also for subscribing to the channel, as well as liking this video and clicking the notification bells button to get notified whenever I upload a brand new video. And I am going to catch you guys on my next one.